Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be showing you how I completed my November bullet journal spread. As always, we're starting off with a sketch that I did. These squares are 7 by 7, and here in just a second I'm going to show you how I practice. Like I usually do, I practice before I do the official thing in my real binder. This is one of my old bullet journals that I use just to make sure that everything comes out correctly. And here is just a very rough sketch of what the outline should be looking like. Starting off, we have the home page and the quote page, moving on to the full calendar, like the calendar overview, and now we're narrowing more down towards the weeks. The way I do my weeks is, since my last month had 2 days of November, I consider that like the first week of November, or that includes November, so that's why I start off on week 2. Now here I am just sketching out my apples. Now let's get into the reason behind this theme. I saw originally a very similar spread to this on Pinterest, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's such a good idea, and I was in love with it. So I had to find something that was similar to it, and I knew that I wanted it to be a pattern that had something to do with apples. This month we did I was about to say oranges. No, last month we did pumpkins. This month we're doing apples, because I feel like this is a very fall, like those are fall fruits. Yeah, they're fruits. Pumpkin is a fruit because it has seeds. Anyways, yeah, it's a very fall type of fruit vibe, and I thought it was very nice, really cozy. It almost reminds me of like or by the time I get done, it reminded me of like a quilt. I've never made a quilt before, but it kind of looks like a quilt that I would see somewhere. And it's very cozy, very pretty to look at. And I love these Posca markers that I got. And these Posca markers are the warm version of Posca markers. I got these for $16 at Hobby Lobby. They were definitely on sale. I think she gave me the wrong discount because they were not on sale actually, but I appreciate her. It was an accident, but thanks, girl. So I got those for around $15 at Hobby Lobby, and they're really good markers. I've used these before on quite a few of my other projects that I've done in the past, or just like, you know, in general, doing art and stuff like that. But I really do like Posca markers because they're very pigmented, and even with the pigmentation, it doesn't bleed through. Like sometimes you can actually see through the page, like you can see it, but it doesn't necessarily bleed, which I don't mind that type of thing. It doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, I would definitely look into a different type of marker. But with these markers, I thought it was totally fine. Moving on through the process of how I completed this bullet journal spread, it was pretty simple, honestly, very repetitive. I'm not gonna lie, this did take me quite a while. I've just been working on this bullet journal spread, you know, in my spare time the last few weeks, maybe like 2.5 weeks. But if you have more of like, you know, time to sit down and actually complete this, it is gonna take quite a minute, because, you know, having to color everything in, drawing everything out, making the stripes in the back. I like to make my stuff very detailed. That's why I went ahead and started extremely early for this one, because I know I wanted it to come out on November 1st. So if you have a lot of extra time this month, I think this will be a fun project for you. It's very calming because it's quite repetitive. I watched a couple of crime documentaries while I was doing this, and it helps the time pass by. But overall, it's a pretty repetitive process, very precise. If I do suggest one thing, if you are using any markers throughout this, not markers, but a ruler to help you measure this, and you're doing or making lines or something with the Posca marker, make sure that you wipe off the ruler in between swipes, or in between yourself making lines, because these Posca markers do take a couple seconds to dry. They do kind of pool. So that's just a, you know, a little caution, because I hate when it smears and I have to try to cover it up, because these don't really erase off. So you have to kind of cover it up with something, but these do take a minute to dry if you are using these. And to add a bit more of visual interest, I went ahead and added some stars onto these apples. I saw on Pinterest, and also at one time on Etsy, the Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but pictures of these red apples with yellow stars on them have like the description, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm not exactly sure what that is or if it's a movie or something, but if you know what it is, these would be significant. That would be significant maybe to you. But I just did it because I thought it was cute. I should probably look up and see what it's about, but I'll do that another day. But anyways, I just outline everything in the brown Posca marker from that same set that I got, and eventually I'll do some scallops and fill in those scallops with red and yellow, and that'll pretty much be it for this whole entire bullet journal spread. Now, by now, I'm sure you have noticed over here on this left side page is a simple little design, but I'm actually not going to use it because I'm going to end up making the home page with all the decorations exactly like, or no, I'm sorry, the left page exactly like this right page that I have here on this side, because I wanted to add the quote, and you'll see at the end it's going to look really nice. But moving on to how I wanted to do November, I believe the person was Amanda Rach Lee. She got some square graph paper and did her alphabet stamps on there and then had like a border in the back. I thought that was a really nice touch, so I decided to do that same thing. So right now I just made I was making a brown rectangle, which is honestly my base color, my outline color that I wanted to use, a nice brown rectangle. And then I'm going to use my alphabet stamps that I use quite often. And November, I kind of mixed up lowercase and uppercase letters to make it look like this. And I cut it out and pasted it right there. And now we're going to be moving on to our next page, which is the full month calendar. Here I did do an outline, so you can take a screenshot of this if you find it to be easier to understand how exactly I broke down this page. This one was a bit more difficult because there are 6 weeks that include November, and having to fit that on this page. If you have a bullet journal similar to mine, I believe mine is 25 by 37, I believe, for each page. And if you have one similar to mine, then you can use those same measurements. But here I just did pretty much the same thing as I did on the home page. I'm outlining everything. The way that I outline is totally all over the place because I don't stay in one section or do one thing at one time, because I was trying to give the Posca marker time to dry so that I wouldn't smear anything. So that's why I'm kind of hopping all over the place throughout this whole entire thing, just so that it won't smear when I, touch it. Yeah. But overall, it's pretty straightforward. If you can get that grid down, or if you have a particular way that you like to do your monthly spreads, then go ahead and do that. But this is just how I designed mine. And now we're moving on to the month that I'm going to put over here in this top left corner. And that's pretty much all that there is to it. The weekly pages are pretty simple. And then this month I did a couple of, not even a couple, like 3 different pages to add to the month, just to make my month a little bit more interesting. And yeah. Alright, and last video I wanted to clear something up. Not that anybody asked questions or has asked me a question, but I feel like I need to clear it up. I said that I'll be starting a digital planner business, and I lied. That is harder than I thought. Honestly, it started to stress me out having to figure out what to do for November, and it all boiled down to the fact that I myself don't even use digital bullet journals. So I was like, why would I be making these? So right now I'm going to put more focus into making videos more often and getting myself together with that, rather than focusing on a whole other different project, which eventually in life I would like to start a stationery business, and who knows, 2026 may be the year for that. And I honestly hope so that I can have some things out. But as of right now, all the things that I want to do, they're just cooking up in my head. They're just cooking up in my head. So I take that back. I spoke a little bit too soon on Cal Studios. We're going to have to put Cal Studios to the side for just a second. Even though I still feel like it was a good idea and I would have a lot of fun with it, I really want to put more focus into the things that'll be fruitful, rather than making products that I don't necessarily enjoy doing, because honestly it was really stressing me out. Like that 1 month, that was hard enough. I can't imagine having to do that every single month. So once I find a product that I enjoy making and I enjoy completing, then I'll be kosher, and I will let you all know. But thank you for anyone who was actually interested in that. So yeah. I completely forgot to mention that I have officially been on YouTube for a whole year now. Last year around this time, I posted my very first video for November, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed and liked and even shared my videos. I appreciate all the support and my future here on YouTube. And here we are. I have mostly completed my week 5 weekly spread. And the reason why I only recorded one of them is because all of them are going to be the same. I did week 2, 3, and 4 before this. So all of them are going to be exactly the same as this, except the only thing that's going to be different is the days, of course, like the first, second, whatever. Moving on to my next spread, I wanted to do a wish list page and also a bingo page. I thought that would be so fun. I saw somebody do a bingo page for their bullet journal spread on Pinterest, and I was like, that's a good way to get things done that you've wanted to do, or that I have wanted to do, and just to write it down and see how you can, make that or fulfill those things for you, because we always want to say we want to do something, or either we forget, or either we just don't want to do it. I feel like this is a good incentive. So if you make a bingo line, you can give yourself a little treat or a reward or something. I love giving myself rewards. So that's why I did it, honestly. And also I did the wish list page because I've been seeing quite a lot of things that I like and that I want. And I just wanted to make a nice little wish list so that I could have everything just in one place. For this bingo page, I actually I messed up the pattern on the bingo page. It was supposed to be like alternating. So what I did is I got another sheet of paper and I did with, another sheet of paper with the same bullet journal dots on it, and I just redid it, cut it out, and I'm now taping it on top of what I messed up. This is what I really like about planners like this, because they're so customizable. It's not a big deal if you have to fix something or if you mess something up, and I'm just putting it over on top like nothing happened, and it still looks good. It blends in, and now you can't even tell that I messed anything up. Now we are completely finished with this November bullet journal spread. I went back and added a quote that says, "Gather apples, not worries." I got that quote from ChatGPT. Thanks, ChatGPT. And I'm really happy about how this bullet journal spread ended up this month. It took a lot of time. If you do this, it's going to take a lot of time, but the results are going to be so worth it. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. And make sure that you follow my Pinterest first of all, because I post quite a few things on Pinterest, my TikTok, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for coming back to my video, and if this is your first time, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.